This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Roberto is up next in St. Louis. Roberto, how can we help?
So thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
So I got a quick question. I've been running a small business for the past 20 plus years, and I've done pretty well. And so what's going on is I've landed a couple of contracts with some school districts in my area, and I'm receiving a check here in the next month or so for about $45,000 or so. And so I contacted my tax lady, and I asked her what I should do with my taxes, whether if I should go ahead and pay them quarterly or if I should set them aside to pay at the end of the year. So with doing that, knowing that my taxes are going to be roughly $13,000 to $15,000, my question to her was, can I take that money and have my business buy pretty much a company vehicle, or should I just go ahead and set that money aside, pay for the taxes, and just let it ride?
I'd write a quarterly check, dude.
Me too. What did she say?
She said that she would have to look into it, what would be the best in my best interest.
All right. Well, that's surprising because most tax people go for just go spend it. And it doesn't sound to me in anything you laid out to John and I right there that you need a truck.
It's one of those things that sometimes I do, just haul equipment, haul ladders.
But you're not going to skirt around the end of your tax bill.
That's exactly right. It's a false choice when people say, well, I'm going to go create another expense in order to lessen my taxes. If I was running a small business like you and I got this 45, I'd do exactly what John said. I'd go ahead and pay the quarterly estimate, and that way I'm staying on top of things and I'm not, messing around with the IRS. So no, I would not go buy something.
I don't want to mess with the IRS.
Yeah, I don't either. If you were getting a check for $4.5 million and you had a good a good partnership with your financial advisor and your tax person, and y'all figured out, hey, you can take that quarterly and you can postpone it and invest it here and but you're dealing in way more zeros there. That's Dave Ramsey kind of money. I don't have that. Doesn't sound like you have that. Like, I'm going to pay that quarterly, and here's what I'm going to I made 2% on the gap between. Dude, I'm going to have a sleep tax. I'm going to know there's not a chance the government's going to come for me at the end of the year. In fact, they may write me a small check. That's what I'm going to do. But I want you to follow your tax professional's advice. But anytime someone says, hey, you're going to have a $14,000 tax bill, so pay for a depreciating asset that's going to be $50,000, and that will help you. Man, that's just
in that case, I wouldn't do that. And a lot of tax pros will do that. Ramsey tax pros are not going to tell you that. And so in this case, be smart. You get windfalls like this as a small business owner, sock it away, for the taxes. At the end of the day, to me, I wouldn't be bothered if you took option 2 that you threw out to us, which is I'm going to put it aside to the end of the year and see if there are.
And that's over my skis on tax stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know
you can do that, but because you've put it aside, and so your tax pro is kind of going, all right, set all of it aside, the whole 15 that we're anticipating, and then as we do your books, if you did have more expenses, what I estimated was going to be 13, 15. Well, you know what? You're actually only going to owe 9, but the point is it's all sitting there.
Right.
And so either one of those options is best, but going out and buying something to try to play games with taxes, John laid that out beautifully, and that's just, the juice isn't worth the squeeze on that. So
I do not like messing with the IRS for one. And on the second note, I was looking at something just to kind of offset the, not $40,000, $50,000 truck. That's ridiculous, but something $15,000, $18,000.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, you got the cash to do that on your own.
Yeah, that's true.
Use the $30,000 that you are going to take home in profit and take a piece of that and go buy that truck.